2025. Can you believe it? New year. New year, new you. Okay, I guess. Okay, these are some simple changes you can make to your life to make you more eco-friendly, zero waste, and just help the planet in little ways that are really simple, that won't take much and can just make a small difference. And if we all do it, we can really help the planet. So I'm going to start with the basics that I hope most of you know by now. So, paper towels, big no. Don't need them, waste of money. Rather use reusable cloths. You can buy them in a big roll, which is what I do. Then I put them in a jar once a week, take them out, soak them in some water and dish soap, wash them, dry them, put them back on the roll, ready for another week. What you can also do is, when you get takeaways, oftentimes you go through the drive-through and just the whole please no serviettes thing is just a mission. So use your serviettes that you get. They're quite nice and you don't have to pay for them, and at least they're being used. Better than throwing them away. Other thing, straws. I don't know why they've become so controversial and everyone's like, no, they make no difference. Yes, they do make a difference, okay? Every small thing makes a difference. You get the metal one and you get the plastic one. So using them instead of the one-time one is better. Whenever I go to a restaurant, they put the straw down. I ask them, please take it back. I don't need it. Simple. Now, with these straws, a lot of people have hygiene issues. They're like, no, they're dirty. Get a little brush. Put it in. Ta-da! Clean. No problem. No mess, no fuss. And here's the famous one that every human being on the planet should know by now. Plastic bags. Cloth bags. Okay, the one I've got there is from a company called Woolworths in South Africa. I think they're in like Namibia as well. But the point is, they don't do plastic bags at all anymore at checkout, which is amazing, really good. So that bag costs 6 Rand, which is quite expensive. And if you've got a trolley full of food and you go to the checkout, that can add up quite quickly. So it is a good incentive from their side for you to remember your reusable bags. And I fully support that initiative. Okay, next up we have a solution for those of you with a lot of doggies that make mess in the house. I'm talking about Pee-Pee, not the other one. I have 7 dogs, 3 of which are over 14, so they are old. 1 of which has diabetes and is completely blind. So she does make a mess quite often. Can't get mad at her. It is what it is. She was fully potty trained. She no longer is. So instead of using toilet paper to wipe up everything, not only gets really expensive really fast, my mother came up with the very clever idea of using old towels. Now, you wipe it up on the one side with the old towel, then you spray your cleaner with the other side of the towel and you clean up the floor. When you get enough towels, throw them in the washing machine, wash them on the quick cycle. It has helped us quite a lot. I think it is a good idea and it is definitely the better of 2 evils. Okay, obvious one. Cling film, Glad wrap, whatever you want to call it. You do not need to wrap your food in that. I mean, really. Look, I understand when you go to a braai or a barbecue, if you're American, and you just want to quickly wrap up something that you're not bringing back. It's easier. I do get it. But as much as possible, like if you go to a friend's house, take a tupper. Like, it is easier. You can just wash it. And when you see your friend again, I mean, my one friend I see like every week, every 2 weeks, You just get it back. Is it the end of the world to lose a little tupper? No, it's not. I'm pretty good at getting them back though, because I only have limited stock. So yeah. As far as your Sunlight dishwashing liquid, your Stay Soft, your refills, hand washing, body wash, even your roll-ons from Oh So Heavenly, buy the refills. You do not need to buy a bottle every single time. It is a waste, because all you're doing is throwing that bottle away, and the caps are not even recyclable. So you're wasting. In South Africa, we have mosquitoes and flies in summer. And since it is hot pretty much 9 months out of the year here, they are in abundance. Now, they love vegan blood. I don't know why. I will be sitting next to my best friend who is a meat eater, and they will target me. I've got a big sign on my head that says vegan blood. They will come for me. I don't know why. Just don't know why. So instead of using Doom, which is very toxic, this can't be recycled. It's an aerosol can. Avoid them as much as you can. We have come to the conclusion that citronella helps a lot. So you can either burn oil in a burner, or you can do what we do and burn the incense sticks. They are great. We burn them in the kitchen, we burn them in the room, we burn them pretty much everywhere. And yes, they do help. My mother sprayed Doom the other day in her bedroom, closed the door, came back about 20 minutes later, and she was coughing because it is that toxic. I have gotten her to not spray it when the dogs are around because it is so bad for them. Now, the problem with spraying Doom is it doesn't just kill the flies and mosquitoes. It also kills the geckos, the spiders, any other creature which is just minding their own business and are actually good for the ecosystem and being there, because they eat the mosquitoes and the flies. So please avoid as far as you can. Then we've got another simple one. Plastic toothbrush, bamboo toothbrush. Now, what I love is that the prices of those toothbrushes have gone down significantly. When they just came out, they were almost unaffordable because you have to change your toothbrush about every 3 months for hygiene reasons. And they have gone down so much. It is incredible, really great. Now, candles. In South Africa, we have something called load shedding, which means the government will just put your power off for a few hours, few days. We've had it for a few weeks. Now, I know we can't use fancy candles, scented candles for days at a time. It's just not affordable. But if you're burning candles for a few hours, try your best to use something like this. It is a soy candle. Because I'm telling you why. These candles, which are the cheapest and make the most sense to use in those situations, are full of formaldehyde, which is very poisonous, and also petroleum, which is petrol. So burning them is just not healthy at all. Like, really, stay away. Then, I know a lot of people, my husband included, spray, body spray, because they work really hard and they use deodorant, but they also use body spray. Now, to combat that issue, because again, it's an aerosol bottle, you can't recycle them, rather buy a perfume, EDT, whatever you want to call it. Oh So Heavenly from Clicks do them now, which are in large bottles, and they are cruelty-free, vegan. So we're getting there, step in the right direction. They are also in glass bottles. Okay, This one is really hard for me because I love nothing more than a good book. I love books. I love the smell of a new book. I like buying new books. I have 3 book racks that are full. I really love books. But hubby dear bought me a Kindle. As you can see, this Kindle is old. This is an old ass Kindle. It is not new in any way, shape or form. And I've gotten used to it. Okay, right here we have our water station. Starts with the kettle, which boils on our gas stove. Put the hot water in a flask so we don't have to boil water every time. Get about 5 cups out of that. Put excess water in a jug so it cools. Then we put it in the beehive, as I call it. The beehive cools the water. Then we do not have to buy bottled water because we have clean boiled water. I use this water when I go on hikes. I put it in my reusable bottle. Works perfectly, no problems. Over here we have my compost. Now you can see it's recently been empty. The reason I'm using a polystyrene box is because I get medication delivered once a month. And unfortunately, it is a fridge line medication. So it comes in this box. And I find this box seals quite well. When it is full, I empty it in a big bin outside. I add water and I stir it. I've got a good amount of compost for when the springtime hits, and we need to do it for our plants. I hope some of these tips were useful, and I really hope that you implement them in your own life and in your own home. And I thank you for watching. Please subscribe and give this a thumbs up. Have a blessed day.